Are you trying to decide between stocks and ETFs? In this video, we explore the pros and cons of each type of investment, and provide insight into which strategy may be the best for you. We also discuss some of the best ETFs and stocks to buy, and the best ETF distributors. Tune in to learn more about stocks and ETFs, and how to get started investing. Hello everyone, my name is Charles and welcome to this video exploring the pros and cons of stocks and ETFs. In this video, we will discuss the differences between stocks and ETFs, and provide insight into which investment strategy may be the best for you. First, let's define what stocks and ETFs are. Stocks represent a share of ownership in a company and are bought and sold on stock exchanges. ETFs, or exchange-traded funds, are baskets of stocks that are managed and traded like a single stock. Now that we know what stocks and ETFs are, let's explore the pros and cons of each. When it comes to stocks, one of the biggest pros is the ability to control your own investments. Buying stocks allows you to pick the individual companies you want to invest in and to take the time to research each company before making a decision. Another pro of stocks is the potential for high returns, as individual stocks can be more volatile than ETFs. The biggest con of investing in stocks is the potential for losses. When you invest in individual stocks, you're exposed to the risk of a single company's performance. Now, let's look at the pros and cons of ETFs. One of the biggest pros is diversification. ETFs are baskets of stocks, so you don't have to pick individual companies. This can help you to spread out your risk and reduce the overall volatility of your investments. The biggest con of investing in ETFs is that you don't have as much control over your investments. ETFs are managed by professionals, so you don't have the ability to pick the individual stocks in the fund. So, which is better, stocks or ETFs? The answer depends on your individual goals and risk tolerance. If you're looking to have more control over your investments and are willing to accept more risk, stocks may be the right choice. However, if you're looking for a more diversified portfolio and are comfortable with less control, ETFs may be the right choice. Now that we've explored the differences between stocks and ETFs, let's take a look at how you can get started investing. First, you should decide what type of investor you want to be, whether that's a long-term investor or an active trader. Once you know what type of investor you are, you can research stocks and ETFs that fit your investment goals. You should also consider the fees associated with investing. When it comes to stocks, you may need to pay a commission to buy and sell shares. With ETFs, you may need to pay an annual fee to cover the fund's management costs. Now that we've explored the pros and cons of stocks and ETFs, let's take a look at some of the best ETFs and stocks to invest in. When it comes to ETFs, some of the best options include index ETFs, which track the performance of a specific market index, such as the S&P 500. ETFs that track commodities, such as gold and oil, are also great choices. When it comes to stocks, some of the best ones to invest in include companies with a proven track record of success, such as Apple and Microsoft. Additionally, you may want to consider investing in stocks of companies in industries that are expected to grow, such as technology and healthcare. It's also important to remember that there are no guarantees when it comes to investing. While these ETFs and stocks may be good options, it's important to do your research and make sure they fit your investment goals. Now that we've explored the best ETFs and stocks to invest in, let's take a look at some of the best ETF distributors. When it comes to ETFs, some of the best distributors include iShares, Mundi, Trackers, Lixa, HSBC, Invesco, and Vanguard. iShares is a global leader in ETFs, with a wide range of products that span markets and asset classes. Mundi is one of the largest asset managers in Europe, and its ETFs focus on European markets. Trackers is a leading provider of passive investments and its ETFs focus on global markets. Lixa is a leading European ETF provider with a wide range of products. HSBC is a global financial services provider with a selection of ETFs focusing on global markets. Invesco offers a range of ETFs that focus on U.S. markets. Finally, Vanguard is a global leader in low-cost index investing, and its ETFs focus on global markets. When choosing an ETF distributor, it's important to consider the fees associated with the ETFs and the range of products they offer. Additionally, it's important to make sure the ETFs are well diversified and reflect your investment goals. Now that we've explored some of the best ETF distributors, let's take a look at some of the best ETFs. When it comes to ETFs, some of the best options include the MSCI World ETF, which tracks the performance of the MSCI World Index, and the Emerging Markets ETF, which tracks the performance of global emerging markets. Additionally, the Equity ETF, which tracks the performance of global equity markets, is a great option. Now let's take a look at Index ETFs. Index ETFs are ETFs that track the performance of a specific market index, such as the S&P 500 or Nasdaq 100. Index ETFs are a great way to gain broad exposure to the market, and they're often low cost and well diversified. However, it's important to remember that index ETFs may not be suitable for all investors, so it's important to do your research and make sure they fit your investment goals. These ETFs are all well diversified, and they allow you to access a wide range of markets around the world. However, it's important to remember that these ETFs may not be suitable for all investors, so it's important to do your research and make sure they fit your investment goals. Now that we've explored some of the best ETFs, let's take a look at some of the best stocks to buy. When it comes to stocks, some of the best options include Apple, Microsoft, and Amazon. These stocks have a proven track record of success, and they're in industries that are expected to continue to grow. However, it's important to remember that these stocks may not be suitable for all investors, so it's important to do your research and make sure they fit your investment goals. Finally, you should consider the amount of time you're willing to dedicate to researching and managing your investments. Investing in stocks requires more research and monitoring, while ETFs require less time and effort. Conclusion. In conclusion, there is no one-size-fits-all answer to which type of investment is better, stocks or ETFs. The best type of investment for you depends on your individual goals and risk tolerance. But now that you know the differences between stocks and ETFs, you're one step closer to choosing the right investment strategy for you. Thanks for watching and good luck with your investments. This video was brought to you by Channel Success Mindset and Personal Growth. Subscribe now and start your journey towards success.